started a couple years ago, but
Right.
more on them now, more expectations on them?
In some ways, more expectations on them because of the graduation of the 5 seniors. In other ways, they've been through this, and I've used this example a lot. Matt Bohannon 2 years ago as a sophomore averaged 12.5 points a game. And last year he averaged 5 or 5.5. And if you just looked at the numbers, some people would say, well, he must not have shot the ball well. He must have been in a real slump. Or when the reality is, we all watched our team play, and he had a terrific year, right? So he's already shown as a sophomore that he can get double figures. And I think in different ways you can use that example with Wes and with Paul and with Jeremy. And Wyatt was just in his first year last year, but his role is going to expand, and he's going to play more minutes, and he's already shown he's very capable. So their roles will be bigger, but they're ready for it.
So Coach, this is the year of you got some major rule changes coming. How will the 30-second shot clock affect your offensive and your defensive philosophy?
Yeah, we used it this summer, KL, and going from 35 to 30 isn't as big a difference as maybe I thought it would be. Certainly not the difference, and obviously the numbers would tell you that, but a few years back when we went to the World University Games and we played with the 24-second shot clock, that gets on top of you in a hurry. The 30-second clock, I don't know how much, we aren't, I don't think, going to have to adjust a whole lot because of the clock. We'll be adjusting more because of our personnel. I think you may see some teams do a little bit in terms of 3/4 court press and try to take some of that shot clock. But I also think at the end of the day, teams are who they are, and they're good for the reasons that they're good. So I don't know how many of them, I guess, will go down that road. But I know some guys have talked about possibly going to some of that.
Have you got a bigger arc? Is there any other rule change that you've had to take into account?
The one that your timeout rule is different. Not allowed to call timeouts now is on the sideline. The players will have to be more aware of that, and that's where I like having some seniors and some guys that have been around. If you add up the rule changes, really what it's doing is tilting the game toward the players, and much more. The international game is much more that way. But the ones that have been put in for this year, put some more of the control onto the guys when it comes game time. And I really like that for the team that we have. If it's going to happen in a year, it's good for it to happen in a year that we've got experienced guards. We've got guys that are going to have the ball in their hands, and guys that understand how to play, and guys that can make some of those decisions. Of the ones that are going in, Kale, I think I like all of them.
Well, you've always made a living off taking the charge. You got a wider arc now. How's
Right.
that affect what you're going to do defensively?
You've just got to get there earlier, right? You've got a little farther to go. So there's a little bit of an adjustment there. And we'll find out if we can still get to those spots on the floor. We're going to make every effort through our practices to continue to practice the same way, continue to prepare our guys the same way, because that is a big part of how we play. And we'll find out if we're able to use that to our advantage again and cover enough ground to get to those spots.
Pace of play was talked about a lot last year. You guys slowed it way down. You were efficient. Again, with the